College and our Lady Secondary School. You are most welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome here this evening, and I want to thank Carol, the two Carols. I can't get mixed up in my names here this evening, as I have Carol Lamb and Carol Pullis from here this evening, so I won't get too confused, but I want to thank them for asking me to chair this evening's meeting, because certainly for the limited information I certainly have on this project, it is a very exciting, a very innovative project where young people have designed a playground for young people, and I think it shows an enormous foresight, an enormous innovation, and on behalf of those involved in the project, and it is certainly a very exciting project here for Castleblayney. I want to welcome Carol Pullis here from Groundwork Northern Ireland, Carol Lamb, our Development Officer here from Community and Enterprise with Monaghan County Council, and all of our students who have played an enormous role in developing this project. So maybe we will start. I want to welcome also from Border Regional TV, our new unique service, and I want to wish them the very best of luck. And lads, if you want to maybe pass cards around or give yourselves a little advertisement, all this will be going out on Border Region TV, and I certainly wish you well, because again, like what we're doing here this evening, that is a very exciting and innovative project, and I wish you well. So I'll hand you over now to Carol Lamb, who will start this evening's presentation.
I will not keep you long. We only have 147 slides. I'm just going to give you a very quick overview, and then we're going to hand you over to our design team, who will introduce themselves as we go through. So what we have, what we're here to look at today, is a proposed natural play adventure playground. It's funded by Piece 3, and it's part of a regional project called Sharing Our Space, and it's being led by Groundwork Northern Ireland. And Carol Follis is the project manager from Groundwork Northern Ireland. She'll tell you a bit more about their work, but they've been working in Northern Ireland for a long time, bringing people from different backgrounds together to work jointly on a project that involves a physical space. And through the process of coming together, they get to know each other better and barriers are broken down. So they were putting together this regional project for the whole of Northern Ireland and the border counties a couple of years ago, and they wanted a project in County Monaghan, and they approached the council and asked us have we anything that we would like to maybe progress through their project. So we suggested an adventure playground in Lake Muckno, and they ran with it, thankfully, because I think when you see it, you'll be as excited about it as I am. So Monaghan County Council owns the site, and we're the local partner, but the project is actually being led by Groundwork Northern Ireland. Okay. So Sharing Our Space, the most important part about that project is that it involves linking in with the local community to bring people together. And we thought it was very important in that context that local people would be involved in the design of the playground, that we wouldn't just plant the playground down, fait accompli, this is the design, like it or lump it, that we should involve people as early as possible and to really engage with the community. So there's your first buzzword of the evening, this community engagement. The proposal that we were presented with was to build an adventure playground on the site of the former caravan park in the grounds of Lake Muckno, following the principles of natural play. And our students will tell you a bit more about what's involved in natural play. And as I said, we wanted to involve local people in the design, but just how exactly that would take shape. And we scratched our heads a good bit over this, and we decided in the end that the best practice, and we wanted the best for this playground, would be to involve the people who are going to use the playground in designing it. So we approached the two secondary schools, and thankfully they jumped at the chance to get involved. And we have to thank the two schools for a lot here this evening, for putting this together this evening, but also for allowing students to come out of class to prepare for this. And also over the last 2 months, there have been several class periods where students have been given over to us to work with for the afternoon or a whole morning. So we need to thank the two schools for their assistance in that. And I suppose they felt that it was worth doing that because it provided an opportunity for the students to really make a difference in their own community, to be able to see something physical that they had an input into, and also that it provided a huge learning opportunity, from learning how to design something, looking at how you cost something up, what the planning application process is, and then even tonight was a big learning opportunity, how to manage the event, how to put the presentations together, the publicity that went into tonight, all of that coming together. And one of the classes that was involved, this is a very practical part of their Leaving Certification programme, and some of them will be using their experience on this as part of their Leaving Cert exams. So hopefully it will have done more good than just build a playground, so people get a lot out of it in a lot of different ways. So you'd be glad to hear I'm going to hand you over now to our designers. And we're a horrible looking bunch, aren't we? So we have the transition year class from Our Lady Secondary School, and the LCPP class, the 5th year LCPP from Castleblayney College here. I'm going to hand you over to Chloe, who will take you through and introduce people as they come along, and then take you through the project, exactly what's involved. And at the end, then Carol's going to just tell you a little bit more about groundwork and the work that they're doing. And then, in case there's fisticuffs, I've asked our mayor to chair the discussion, and if you don't mind, we'll leave any questions that you might have until the end, rather than interrupt the students as they're speaking. Okay, so Chloe, hand you over. I'll do the talking, and you do the talking. Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, one more, there we go.
So the design process. The workshops took place during March and April, and we got to learn about National Day. We visited the site and familiarised ourselves with its constituents and its possibilities. We identified themes which could be developed to go by the park with an identity. We chose the best equipment that would fit in the site and gave a mix of uses for a wide range of ages. For the budget we had available, £100 million, £5,000 and we produced a draft design. Consultation. We had to present our draft design to the public and allow them to have their say. We got to visit the schools, so we want to thank them for letting us in. For the parents, we gave out leaflets sent home with the pupils. For the users of Muckno Park, the information boards were within the site. The general public and location residents, there was a Facebook page made, leaflets are made free, and signs around the town, all promoting tonight's public meeting, telling people how to have their say. We will take all feedback on board and consider our proposal again before submitting a final proposal for parent permission in May. That's our Facebook page. So what is not to play? If you've ever climbed trees, rolled down hills, scrambled up rocks, made mud piles, dammed up water, hidden grass, played house of bushes, built snow forts, dug in sand, played in dirt, planted seeds, jumped in leaves, tracked animals, or had fun outside in other similar ways, you've experienced natural play.
So this is our proposed design for the Muckno play park. Some of the things we considered for the youth park are going to have different needs of different age groups and abilities, and needs of parents or carers. What type of atmosphere or character should the park have? Who would be able and what would we be able to do that? What features of the site can be used? Trees, paths, stream, the history of the site, etc. Site considerations: national heritage area along one boundary. We could use the shore of the lake, the ice house in the middle of the site, a protected structure and unison PLC, mature trees to the front of the site. We didn't want to interfere with their roots, and some invasive plant species on sites need to be treated with care as to avoid spreading it. And of course the cost, our budget was £189,000, excluding that, to include site clearance, foundations, PAB, fencing, signage, seating and the equipment. So we'd like to thank Hope Heritage Partnership and Castleblayney College who carried out the site clearance during the National Spring Clean in April, thus saving us money.
This here is our site. Down is the gates going into the castle from the town, and down you can see the Hope Castle car park. The disused caravan park is our site, is the circle. And you can see the boat slipway down over and up there is the bridge to Black Island. Here's the site layout. The purple circle is the adventure play area that we're discussing here. The yellow circle is the young children play area, which isn't part of our consultation. And the blue circle is the ice house, and the other circle is the mature trees at the front of the site that we're going to keep. Young children's play zone. It's to the rear of the site with standard play equipment and level safety surface. It's funded by Interdrive as part of general upgrade of roads, fishing stands, etc. throughout the park. Will be constructed around the same time, but it's not part of our consultation. The ice house. It's a stone-built structure served as a cold store for the big house. It will be conserved and will become a focal point in the new playground, providing a central social area for people to gather. The lawn in the front of the ice house will have seating perfect for picnic supervision of children in both playgrounds.
Our theme for the park is enchantment, and we want our playground to be a magical place, a place where you can use your imagination, a place which welcomes you and invites you to stay, and a place where you can be yourself, meet old friends and make new ones. Wilbert's Enchanted Garden is going to be the name of our park. Wilbert is Mocknomania's mascot. The Mocknomania Festival is in July, but we're to see it for the rest of the year. So we want to thank the festival committee for allowing Wilbert to come and live in their garden. The story of the pig comes from St. Rondoid, who tried to build a monastery on the lake shore, but each night a black pig would swim out of the lake and knock it down. The lake was named Muckno or Mockno. This is the character of George, and he's in Alexander Park in Belfast. We want to do something similar for Wilbert in our park. We will be working with local children to produce artwork for the park. One piece will be a sculpture of Wilbert at the entrance to the park.
Our adventure area. Number 1 is the entrance feature, which will be Wilbert. Number 2 is the mature fields left undisturbed except for toadstools, berries and other woodland creatures. 3 is the climbing forest. 4 pyramid towers and slide. 5 with 2 zip lines. 6 is the giant net swing, and 7 is the rotating disc.
It's a little bit blurry, but you can see it in detail down there, or we have these leaflets, it's printed in here as well.
What the entrance will look like. Welcome panels instead featuring artwork by local students. Sculpture of Wilbert. Sculpture will be produced locally by a collective of young people guided by an artist. Some information about the project, how it is funded, etc. will be included at the entrance. Path to adventure. You will follow a path from the entrance up a gentle slope through mature fields. Keep a keen eye out for some of the wood's inhabitants. Path will then take you past the play equipment to a level green area which separates the adventure playground from the small children's playground. Perfect for picnics or for parents to supervise from. The path will eventually take you out to the main footpath again up near the castle gates. The path will have a simple bitmark surface with a pink curved edges to blend in with the woodland surroundings. The design elements. An area around the equipment will be surfaced with bark mulch or brown rubber chips to fit with the natural setting. The equipment will have either a natural timber or galvanized steel finish to blend in with the woodland surrounding. Equipment suitable for children with special needs will be located close to the small children's playground so they feel included with the big ones while still having access to the less challenging equipment in the small children's playground.
This is our equipment. We have 2 zip lines going to be installed. They can be in single use or used for racing. We have a rotating disc which is going to be one to be installed. It is for much fun and can be used to twirl around in a mild version to a wide. We have our permanent towers. There's two towers with rope connections, bridge, nest and covered slide. An exciting treetop climbing experience. We also have a giant nest swing. There's going to be one installed. It goes in every direction, straight lines, to circles, whatever you want. It can be used with more than one child at a time. Children who can't sit up straight themselves, children with carers, and they can have flying time. There's a climbing forest, a combination of various poles linked by ropes, nets and poles. Thousands of ways to be climbed and experienced again. Our design values exclusive play, wide range of skills are needed, social interactive, and national timber and stainless steel to blend in with our woodland setting.
So, parents have needs too. Of course, there's supervision, comfort, family data. It's perfect for picnic facilities or etc. Green area will be provided between the adventure playground and the young children's playground and centered around the ice house, which is a protected structure on the site. This is our project timescale. Draft design was in March or April 2012. Consultant design early May 2012. Consider feedback and consultation was in mid-May. And final design for planning permission was in the end of May. Invite contractors to tender in September 2012. Contractor selected December 2012. Contractor on site February 2013. Playground complete should be on May 2013, and the official opening at Mockno Media Festival July 2013. And we'd just like to thank you all for your time. And this is our idea of what the playground should be like. Is it yours too? What do you like? What would you change? And please tell us. We're welcome to all suggestions. And you can check out our Facebook page online. Thank you.
I think you can get a good idea of the amount of work that the students have put into this. Both the thought of what they've done in terms of choosing the pieces of equipment, and it's something that we were very happy as a council to see, that the needs of children with special needs, both learning disabilities and physical disabilities, was very much foremost in their minds when they were picking the pieces of equipment. And it will be a wonderful thing that all children of all ages, all backgrounds and all abilities will be able to play together, and that I think is really the essence of the whole ethos of sharing a space. So it's wonderful to see that. So just on that note, I'll just hand you over to Carol for a couple of seconds just to tell you a little bit more about the background to the project.
Thank you very much, Nora, and I endorse your comments about students, about how good it has been for us as an organisation to work with them, and to have your ideas and to see this coming through tonight is really very, very impressive. And I wish I could transplant you to other areas of working in as well, and Carol along with you, because Carol, don't underestimate the amount of work that she's put into tonight as well. So we really have a lot to be thankful to Mockno County Council and Carol in particular for. As well, we have to forgotten them. Really what Carol then on there and about sharing our space. I think when we talk about sharing our space, we usually talk about it in what we would call a Northern Ireland context in terms of sharing our space between the two different main religions and traditions. But we sometimes forget that sharing our space is more than just that. It's about having a space that's accessible and open to everybody. And the design that the students have come up with and that we looked at this evening is all about that. It's about having a space Lake Muckno, which is a fantastic resource on your doorstep, and being able to use that as it should be used, and that everybody should be able to do so. So there has been consideration given to disabilities, specifically in physical access terms. But also, as Carol said earlier on, it's not about us coming in and designing a playground and plonking it there. What we have here tonight is a great sense of ownership and identity with the playground, and I think the students have evolved as they have come through the process, assisting us with the design. And don't think that it's finished yet. You've got this far, but there's still a mountain of work to be done, as you can see. The way we will look at it then, we will have our design. It's going to be submitted to Castleblayney Council for the planning permission process, and that, as we all know, is a process that has to be gone through. And then it sort of comes back and all the paperwork starts. For anybody that's involved in funding, you'll be very much aware that it's paperwork, and we'll be starting that. We have started that process. and we'll be putting it out to tender. As the lead organisation in this, it's our responsibility to tender for the work and to appoint the contractor and to oversee the work and then ultimately draw down the funding for this facility. And I'm certainly looking forward to Lake Muckno, the Mania Festival in 2015 to see how that goes. Groundwork itself is an organisation that it's a charity, it's an environmental focused organisation that really looks at space as a way of bringing communities together. We have done lots of work in areas in Derry and in Belfast where we've been looking at working with communities from both sides of the traditions, where they would have murals and paintings. You may be familiar or some less familiar with those icons of the Troubles, as some people would call them. And we've been working primarily with communities in Belfast and in Derry to revamp and re-image areas so that they just look nicer, more pleasant, more welcoming spaces to work in. And we're delighted to be able to come to Castleblayney and to look and work with somebody, a different community, but still with needs of its own. And I'd just like to finish by saying again, thank you very much to the students, to Carol and to the teachers, and thank you to yourselves for coming here tonight and giving up your time to learn about the project. And hopefully, as the project evolves, we will maybe come back and have other further update meetings, because it's a long time span between now and hopefully we're down in July 2013 cutting the ribbon. So we would like to be able to keep the community updated on the progress as to how we're getting on. I haven't really discussed that with you, Carol, but I just thought I'd throw that one in as something more we can do.
Might be a good time to claim from the holiday leave.
No holiday leave, Carol, for the next year and a bit. But we do want to very much see this. We do see this as a community project, and it's not about us going away and doing it and then just telling you when it's done. There's processes obviously that have to be done, but what we want to do is to keep the community involved and informed as to what's going on. And there are opportunities with the design work, for the artwork, for Weaver, for example, and for the entrance features, where we will come back and work with young people to do that. So I think we're now on to the question stage, are we? So if anybody has any questions.
Okay, well, to Carol Fullis from Groundwork Northern Ireland, to Carol Lamb from Monaghan County Council, to all of our students from Castleblayney Community College and Our Lady Secondary School, I want to commend them and thank them for their work. As it has been said, and I'm not going to repeat what has been said, but there's a huge amount of work that's gone in so far. And I think this is an example of the community working together, young people coming together. In thanking the students, I want to thank their teachers from both schools, Mrs. Brohan and Mrs. Kennedy, who have put in huge work to it. Also to thank Mockno Community Partnership for their work. This is your opportunity to contribute to what will be there. It's a very exciting project, 189,000 sterling been invested, and as has been said, we now see the completion date of Mockno Mania, July 2013. I wish it well, and I hope that Wilbur has a very long and happy life in Castleblayney. Gurmí, my lord.